Now here's the thing, I don't really care about the different temperature scales. I just wish that there was a mod, and maybe there is, I looked for one, but I didn't look very hard, that would just display both. Because why should I be stuck with one or the other? You know, I want both. To satisfy, you know, my preferences and other people's preferences. Alright, so Murray is extreme break risk. I'll let her get rested. I will have a bunch of rotten chicks here, but the trouble is I don't really have any space to butcher any more things. I could try to expand my kitchen even further, but it's getting a little out of hand of how large that thing's becoming. I probably have to move it permanently and put it somewhere else, which is a thought. Otis says if we display Celsius, the commies win. Yeah, you might be right. Might be right about that. So now I'm kind of brainstorming where I could move this thing to that it would not impede. I mean, I could put it here-ish, kitchen. I don't know. The trouble is I have the farm that's plopped in the middle here. So this room would not become my dining room if I moved my kitchen. I could bump it out here. I don't know. I'll have to figure out a place for it. So Davies is still cleaning blood up. Just an insane amount of blood. It's been strewn about. I'm also trying to beautify my base a little bit. But it's hard. I only have 4 sets of hands. And a lot of stuff to do. So we have a slightly impressive dining room now. Gwen, are you happy with your doll bedroom? Well, you call it repulsive, so I guess, yeah, you're happy. I'm fixing up some of the air around here. Yeah, it's a good point. One of my viewers said that I hate how people that have a passion for mining hate, you know, cramped and repulsive areas, but it's like, that is exactly what you're going to get with mining. So Gwen here has taken off some pants, I assume? Yep, some pants. Pants are gone. Let's queue up some pants. But I'm actually going to change this over to a electric now, because my time is worth more than the leveling. I do have Davies here into crafting, so that will help. Gwen here is really not... You're just really on edge all the time. I guess having all these bodies around doesn't help. I'm just going to dump the rest of the bodies. Because I don't really seem to have the ability to process them into food. That viewer, his name is Butt Cancer, and I didn't say his name. So this setting here is, I can show you the statistics. It's Cassandra Classic on Extreme. And then the scenario here is the Woad Warriors, which is basically you start with 5 people. They're between 20 and 39. No Wanderers join. No Refugee Pod Crashes. Which makes me think, oh yeah, Murray was not a Refugee Pod Crash. She was fleeing from a tribe that I saved her from. And then I start with the typical stuff. This stuff is just the typical stuff that a crash-landed start will have, except for the survival rifles, which I gave myself 3. I didn't give myself a pet, and the map wasn't scattered with survival meals, which comes standard with with the crash landed. So 2 more survivor rifles than crash landed, but no pet and some fewer meals. So all in all, it's about the same. A Woad is not something I actually created. So once upon a time, in Roman times, there was the Iceni, which were so Rome sort of took over. I might have my history a little wrong, but Rome sort of took over all of Europe, more or less. You know, the clear definition of what Europe was is different now. But if you've seen the movie Braveheart, basically Braveheart is a Woad warrior. So you had the queen of the Iceni nation, which was Boudicca, and she fought against, you know, the establishment, which was Rome at the time. So that's where I got it from. Basically, it would be like me picking... Oh, grizzly bear is eating some more. Asthmatic grizzly bear. That's really funny. So it would be like picking, my next will be Norse mythology. It's just a sort of mythology. It doesn't really mean specifically anything. It's just that is the mythology I based it on. Well, this base is looking a bit more clean than it was previously. However, I am lacking some grass here. So, Steinar, about multiplayer, I don't think that I haven't read anything that he had planned on it. I'd love it, don't get me wrong. How bad is the echo here? Is it as bad as, because I could try to pause things and get it to not echo, but... Oh, I think I know why there's an echo. I might have just fixed it. Let me know if it's fixed. So do I have someone that can... No, I don't really have any handlers. I got nothing... Yeah, no one can even attempt to tame that bear. So, as much as that would be cool, that doesn't look to be something that I can accomplish. Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm getting an echo. I'd have to like pause and diagnose it. Yeah, I can start planting grass. Let's plant some hay grass. But you know what? Let's plant in a really weird way. Just because. For no reason. Just a little zigzag of grass. I don't know. Add some flavor. I guess I should have like made a Celtic knot or something, right? But nope. Alright, so the pillbox still needs a fair amount of cleanup. Oh, Thrumbo. Alright, let's see what they have to sell. For right now, I have a giant gaping hole in my base, so it's easy to go talk to them. I can sell my hens, but I'll sell my oldest hen. Why not? Keeping my husky though. I've got some buffalo meat that I'm really tempted to sell, but I'll sell my fertilized eggs. They're ruined by temperature anyway, so they don't much matter. I'm gonna buy the components. I always buy components because I am always at a deficit of components. And then I'll sell all this crappy dead man stuff. And I bought some steel as well, because I want to stop having to travel so far to get it. Alright, so we have that. Which alpha did I start playing? You know what? I don't know. I've been playing a long time now. I've been playing since before 2012. Really? What the hell? Ugh. Are you serious? What? Oh, what the hell? That's the weirdest. Are you kidding? So apparently my boom rat's been drinking alcohol and now has cancer from it. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I'd really have to look it up. I'd have to see. I think I started playing. Oh, okay. You go binging on Wake Up. I started playing in 2011 or 12, so quite a long time ago. I remember when you would download the game and you were given all the prototypes as well, you know, in the game files. Maybe he still does that. I've sort of forgotten, but it's been that long. So maybe like Alpha 5 or something like that. But I haven't been playing consistently the whole way through. Hey, more tribe members. It seems like this tribe has infinite people because I just got done butchering them. Now the problem here is they're preparing to attack, but Gwen is out here wandering. Oh no, she's binging, that's right. So here's a little trick that I learned from a friend about binging. When they're binging, he told me, maybe this no longer works, but he told me if you put them on permanent 24-hour sleep, they stop binging and they go straight to sleep. And boom, it worked like you would not believe. She has stopped binging, and now I can put her back on normal tasks. And that, I wouldn't normally use an exploit like that. I actually do have the animals restricted from stockpiles. If you look, here's my animal area here. They aren't allowed in the stockpile, but yet somehow they managed to find beer. I don't know. Maybe it was drinking beer before I recruited it or something. And then, you know, if you look at the animals, the boom rats, both of them are restricted to this area, which has no beer. But yet, one of the two has cancer in it. So, yep, don't know how that happened. Okay, so this rain should wash out a lot of the remaining water. Oh, okay, they're sieging. Some of the remaining blood that is in my kill box area. And I think this is one of those events where I want all hands on deck just in case. So I'm going to send... I guess, Gwen, you can sit this one out. You're, like, about to go crazy. In fact, Gwen, let's have you drink some beer. Chill out a little bit. You're a little on edge. You're scaring people. Now I'm going to try something a little reckless. I'm going to have Chris sit out here. I think because they don't have a way to walk to where they are, they won't even mind them at all. Of course, there is that enemy up there that got in because I didn't finish the wall, but if you see here, they're not doing anything about this. They're just entirely ignoring my people getting slaughtered, except for, of course, as I mentioned, that one. So I'm going to pull in now until I have that wall completed. Goodbye. Sorry, you tried to chase me. But that's really good to know that that works. Gwen, how about you don't get yourself stabbed? I spent a lot of effort trying to keep you alive. So now I'm just going to put my shooters in the windows here. And I suspect they're going to be fleeing pretty soon. And there they go. I like this this person here. So I'm going to try to recruit them. Let's see about purple. No, pyromaniac. Alright, so let's see if I can't get some more prisoners out of this. Oh, there's Skunk. Trigger Happy Slowpoke, can't haul. Gwen, how about you go capture Hare for me? Oh. Accidentally one of these guys have gotten murdered after the fact. Alright. I will turn off the turrets, because I'm really worried about friendly fire in this instance. And just choke up as close as I can. So power's off. Oh, they broke the door. Now they have a Pila, so I want Chris to actually pull back and not take too... Oh, they're meleeing with it, actually, so forget that. Just punch them. Is Barracuda worth getting? Yeah, I wouldn't mind having a green thumb, actually. Wouldn't mind that. So we have another prisoner here that I want to recruit. They're psychically sensitive and pretty, I think it was. But they have some good passions. They're actually passionate about a lot of stuff, so they'll be good to have around. And here's my last prisoner. I have two more, but I think at this point, because of their moods, I'm only going to capture the people I want to recruit. So Barracuda, I'm also going to have come on aboard if I can get them. Oh, and then there's Cheetah here. I almost forgot about you. Who's another prisoner I wouldn't mind having. So let's see if I can't encourage them a little. Of course, tribal prisoners are really, really hard to recruit, and these are a lot of mouths to feed. So it doesn't come with its, you know, it's not free, or whatever you want to call it. Chris won the fight. Barely, it looks like, but Chris won the fight. And let's plop another bed in here. And if they ever become a liability, I'll execute them from a prison escape or something. But I'm not quite worried about that yet. Alright, so did they destroy anything? No. They actually, in all of their big raid, trying to get me back for whatever, they managed to do nothing but destroy a door. And a door that leads to more doors. So, good job. Good job, Tribals. You're really hyper effective in combat. God, that would be interesting, is a running a game where you're restricted to tribal weapons. However, great bows are pretty lethal, man. Great bows are really, really lethal in the right hands. Yeah, there's one more prisoner down there. He sucks. I already checked him. He's a trigger-happy slowpoke that can't haul or clean. And considering I have had some mental breaks due to selling prisoners, I'm going to pass on the sucky ones. Now, the rest of these prisoners here actually only have punches, so I'm not even going to bother patching them up with anyone but Gwen. Gwen's our in-house medic. For these defenses, mining. This mountain here, as you can see, all the dirt that is here, had a lot of steel. This mountain here had a lot of steel too. There was also some steel here and elsewhere, up here as well. So I've mined it all, actually. That's how I got all the metal for the defenses. Oh, they destroyed 2 doors. Okay. Well, I'll put them back. Unless you, Steinar, unless you were talking about my CI survival, and then, yeah, the answer's a bit different. Alright, so Gwen, being the good doctor that she is patching up. Yeah, this was a lot of steel that I found around, and still there's more nodes here, and there's a node here, and, you know, this was a pretty steel-wealthy area. Speaking of which, did anyone ever run over to the... Nope, no one ever ran over to the plasteel. So one thing I need to do here, if I'm going to keep these prisoners, is give them some damn room, you know? So I'm going to enlarge in their room considerably, because it seems like I'm going to be keeping them here for a while. Yeah, it's a lot of components, and I dug out, as you can see, there's little holes everywhere. Here, 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 and there's even some components left. But every time, basically every single time a trader comes, the first thing I do is buy components. Anyone that watches me play, that's literally the first thing I do is like buy components and then go do other things. You know, other trades. But it's components first.